Hey, the main train here. So, I've been traveling on a lot of buses lately and noticed that the standards are a bit low. Reasons include buses traveling at ridiculously low speeds, unbelievably long headways, and quite a number of accidents. So, I'm just here to give a quick rant on the bus industry as of today and give some improvements, though probably not regarding accidents. Now, the main reason I see for the poor service is the goddamn device at the dashboard showing RGB lights, the trapezium or something, part of the LTA and their BSRF scheme, part of the BCM, that supposedly aims to improve bus service standards. Now, what is BCM? Now, under BCM, the LTA owns most assets. Everything is tendered out as contracts for 5 to 7 years, while the remaining assets are leased from SBS and SMRT. LTA is the central planner. They decide on the service levels. And if the operators meet the service standards, they'll get rewarded. If not, they're gonna fine. Now the theory is that because of the competition of these contracts and the need to have them because business, bus companies aim to improve bus services the LTA way, using indicators like on-time arrival adherence, used especially for buses with long frequencies. It checks to see if these buses stick to their timetabled arrival time. To be considered good, buses have to be within -2 to 5 minutes deviation from their timetable. Another indicator is excess wait time. Now, EWT is the measure of actual waiting time minus the scheduled waiting time.
That's true.
Wait, isn't waiting on the bus, waiting to catch up to the schedule also considered excess waiting? No, never mind. Okay, excess wait time is just how deviated the bus is from their scheduled frequency. Both EWT and OTA are used as tools to see if the bus company is doing well in providing consistent services, and LTA will award cash and possibly contract extensions for good behavior and punish or fine for poor behavior. In reality, what these indicators do is slow buses down. Because of a need to stick to the schedule and prevent bus bunching, if buses are ahead of schedule, they are forced to slow down to socially distance themselves from the front bus. However, this is such a bad way of doing things, to be honest. Driving slow is such a lose-lose situation for everyone. For passengers on the bus, driving slow, it just makes them angry. For passengers waiting at the bus stop, and they check the often falsely advertised My Transport app and then wait longer than expected. Worse still, if the driver wants to leave the bus stop early, but then drive slow, then passengers who arrive slightly later at the bus stop, well, they pay the price of having to wait for the back bus. It's also bad for the drivers because they have to face abuse from people if they drive too slow, and it probably wastes a lot of fuel as these vehicles are not designed to be driven so slowly. Driving slowly is also not safe on the expressways and is also quite selfish since the slow vehicle hogs one of the lanes. Additionally, thanks to this scheme, express buses, well, they're just shit because they have to actually obey the timetable for the whole route. And the timetable is designed by a blithering idiot. I mean, just look at the 74E, 151E, and 188E videos I did. They traveled slowly and stopped at bus stops for minutes, getting overtaken by their non-express counterparts. This is just bad service standards. In spite of all these indicators, buses are still bunching because of some unfortunate circumstances like heavy traffic or bus drivers choosing to ignore these instructions. Worse still, this BCM scheme seems like a waste of money. I mean, look at all these storage buses that are in large numbers. And then now just look at the B9TL CDGEs that are scrapped 3 years after their refurbishment. And then there's also all these 100 or so Scanias that have 3 years left in their life. I mean, they didn't get refurbished, so that's a good sign, but...
Look at all this fucking... Who's putting all this in the bin? How many portions are you putting in there? How much is in the bin? Look! Look! What the fuck is this? Hey, madam, how much capellini are you throwing away? Look at it! What are you doing, Melinda? What are you doing?
Why are they going to waste? Now, I'd also like to point out that there are 3 Siemens trains that also died after refurbishment. But, I mean, this is a bus video. I'm not gonna dwell into that. And where are the new bus services? Tell me, LTA, how are you improving service standards when there are barely any new bus services introduced? I mean, the only ones we get are just route variants and short trip services. Why are you introducing short trip services for short feeders? 1148, what's that? And there are barely any improvements to these bus frequencies. And then here you are just taking away bus services, posting your rationale just to make your MRT lines profitable. What kind of improvement is this? I mean, it just makes people's journeys worse, since they might have to wait longer for these other alternative buses, and then they also have to transfer more. I mean, take a look at your recent Downtown Line 2 and 3 bus amendments. Look at your bus 66 or 171, 700 deletion. Okay, I get it. You want to reduce duplication of Downtown Line 2 sectors, but why delete 66? You recently amended it to serve new regions in Bukit Batok, and now you just killed it from Beauty World onwards. What does that do? And how dare you call looping point Beauty World MRT when it loops the same place as 41, aka the furthest entrance from Beauty World Station, instead of looping like so to Beauty World Station Exit A. And also, for people that take 67 or 170 and then transfer to 66, well, now they need to walk a sizable distance to change buses. And then there's the Bedok side issue because of the lack of capacity on bus 228, affectionately now known as the only bus serving Bedok Reservoir from Bedok MRT. Maybe I should make a video on ranking bus amendments or something. Anyway, enough complaining. Here are some of my ways to improve on these bus services. Starting with change up the damn schedule. It can't be the commuters suffer because someone lazy, right? Look at your express buses. Look! Regarding buses that are nearing the end of their route, especially with sectors that have high number of duplicates, for example, Woodlands Avenue 3 to Woodlands Interchange, or Teluk Blangah Road to Harbourfront. Let these bus services just drive fast all the way, because there are other buses that help. Regarding non-trunk bus services, I would say that beyond certain distances, there is no need to stick to this schedule. And also, give such bus services dedicated boarding and alighting stops. Take a look at 963. I mean, just let it stop for boarding from Harbourfront to maybe Bukit Batok. And then from Bukit Batok to Woodlands, just let it be an alighting sector. It pains me to see people use this bus service for only a few stops and yet pay more than double the price. Now this pertains to the passengers and not much LTA, but maybe LTA can also help with improving how commuters react. So for the commuters, tolong lah. If you can get off the bus quicker, that'll be very helpful, you know. Please lah, just don't act blur leh. When you're near the stop, just go near the door and tap out. Please don't fiddle with your Apple Pays and whatnot when you are alighting from the bus. Just do it before the bus even opens its doors. If you are physically challenged, then I can understand the situation, but many times I also see all these seniors who can do it. And if these seniors can do it, then I'm pretty sure the younger demographic can do it. Okay, so from here on, it's now LTA related. Now LTA, where are my bus lanes? Now here's an idea I'd like to give you. Maybe for the more bus heavy sectors on expressways, you can also paint bus lanes on them. I mean, look at the BKE and PIE. Maybe you can have a trial where you just make the leftmost lane from like Bukit Panjang all the way to Toa Payoh, that area, just the bus lane. The bloody traffic lights. What is this? Why is it that whenever I take a bus and when I come across a traffic light, it will for some reason just turn red when we reach? Some drivers, they are on another level, man. They just slow down and stop at green, hoping it would become red. What is this? So here's my suggestion. Program these traffic lights to not turn red if a bus is approaching. Please, it's too damn irritating. You can put this system in traffic lights that are pedestrian only, or for those that are at intersections that don't have much traffic. I mean, you did it before in Jurong West with your bus 98 and 99, although what we see is only a 16% improvement. Finally, the 60 km per hour limit is just too slow. Other countries have buses traveling at more than 60. Trains are also traveling at more than 60. So why are our public buses restricted to just 60, huh? If we increase the speed limit of these buses, it will be good for them, especially for those with long express sectors, since it will cut traveling time marginally. And if you increase the speed limit, those buses that are bunching at the front can travel faster. So the gap can be widened and frequencies can be maintained better. So yeah, that's all I have to say, LTA. Hope that this feedback can be taken seriously so that buses can be great again. Hey,